upset you now.
That's a nice jacket, that, actually.
Thank you.
Where's it from?
All Saints.
Okay.
Bit of an oldie.
Yeah.
Where's he going?
I'm just checking the level, so I thought you were really...
Mikey, what happened to the Blink-182 poster that you said we were going to get that was going to be the size of...
Yeah.
He said it was only fair to have it in relation to musical ability. So I think, actually, you need to get a smaller one. Have you seen that?
Well, saying that, I made have you ever bought a poster off Etsy?
No.
They don't... I got a poster, it was
This is the Blink-182 poster?
Yeah, with the nice self-titled album, all the track listing.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, it was A4.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
You bought an A4 poster?
Yes, it's much too small.
Too big, if you ask me. I'd have gone for A7.
A7.
The postage stamp.
Doesn't it go down? What's A1?
A1's the biggest.
That's
isn't it?
A1.
Yeah, but
Oasis.
As it should be.
So does that mean that... I've never understood that about paper sizes. Why does it... if it stops at A1, you go, I can't go bigger?
Yeah, that's it.
But minus
that is the
zero.
biggest. That's the biggest one.
But
No,
what
then
do
it
they
goes
stop?
to B.
Oh, does it?
I don't know.
So they're saying that sizes...
I mean, you couldn't order the right size in A, so...
Yes.
Oh, you got a Blink-182 cap on?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the band.
I'm a big fan of that shit band.
Yeah.
They're not shit, actually. They're just not my cup of tea. Yeah, but no, I've never said they're shit, have I? It's just bad music.
You have definitely said their shit.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I haven't. There we go. Why don't you start another little inquiry into whether I've said something or not? He did say it, actually. Don't give a shit, mate. I said a lot of things that I no longer stand by.
A2 is after
Oasis
A1.
have now got a radio station that plays just Oasis.
Yeah, I saw that.
24/7.
Yeah.
Have Blink-182 got that? No. I rest my case. Because, and what is the answer? Here we go. Fill in the blank. Blink-182 haven't got a radio station that just play Blink-182 for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week because
Cooler
no
than
one
that.
would listen to
right.
it.
Oh, okay, right.
yeah,
There is not enough demand.
Are people listening to the Radio X?
I've listened to it. Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah, it's amazing. Just for the novelty of nothing else. It's like, there's Oasis on literally all day, every day.
But you could do that on
I could
like
do.
Apple or
It's better
Spotify.
if someone's going to do it for you, and then there's songs you go, oh, fucking hell. A couple of them, I don't even know what this is, and then you go, oh, it's this one.
Do they talk about it as well? Where they'd be like, oh, this is the one.
Well, they've
from
got various DJs from across the station coming on and picking their top 10 Oasis songs.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't. And then, see, the thing is with Oasis, everyone thinks that they're the most important to them personally.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, but you don't get it in the same way that I do.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
means more to me than it does to you. So I don't like listening to... There was a guy on the way up here from like the 1 till 4 a.m. thing, and he was talking about a gig he'd been to, and it was just annoying me the way he was talking about it. He used the phrase well-oiled, and I was like, fuck off.
What was well oiled?
He was before he went into the gig. It was just a bit like, just that straight away, it just... Alarm bells started ringing.
Someone used I tell you what, this really stuck with me.
We had a few beers, me and the boys. Do you know? It's just...
Someone used the phrase. I think it was "I know my apples."
How do you like them apples?
No. It was "I know my." It was "I know my."
Isn't it onions?
Onions.
Yeah.
That I was like, obviously I didn't want to be rude, but in my head I was going, "You can't seriously."
Yeah, it's like if you know, you know. That's an annoying one, isn't it?
I know my onions.
These are from such and such. If you know, you know. I got this poster from Etsy. If you know, you know. But yeah, so
there's such an arrogance
Yes.
with using the phrase "I know my onions." Like I'm just not. I don't know how certain I am about anything in the world that I could go. Well, I know my onions. Well,
I reckon I've probably said it. Which is worrying, but I'm sure at some point of like, or someone maybe have said it about
with
me.
Oasis, you could say,
Yeah.
you know your onions." It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. I can't believe people
you know
could.
your shit.
I know
about-
what it means.
No, I'm asking.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But they're not even. This is the thing with
You
Oasis.
can't say that
it
straight.
meant so much to so many people. And it's amazing, and it is like we're now. It's less than 2 months away for me that I will be seeing Oasis on stage, and the fact that there is now Radio X Oasis, and it is like, man, this is exciting. But
That's a shame.
tonight, I'm going to see Holly Johnson.
Okay.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood,
Oh, cool.
which was like my first. I bought that album. They released 4 singles, and it was all the artwork was amazing, and that was my last year of primary school. That was my first band that I was obsessive about.
I think mine was Spice Girls.
So I'm very excited to go to see that tonight. And then tomorrow I'm going to see Sabres of Paradise, which was Andrew Weatherall, God rest his soul, his band, and it's the first time they've played for 30 years. So tonight it's the 40th anniversary of Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, the Frankie Goes to Hollywood album. So I've got a 40th anniversary of something that I was huge into. Sabres of Paradise tomorrow, arguably, I am more excited about than the Oasis reunion.
Wow.
It means more. Weatherall passed away, and it's just sort of like they really were a big band for me. So yeah,
But I think, and obviously I'm on the outside, but you will get sucked into that atmosphere and that.
it will be more of an event. Like tomorrow night, I'll be bumping into people I know that I haven't seen. I used to see at those sort of events.
Okay.
It's a much smaller. It's at Fabric,
Where is it?
Fabric.
Oh, okay.
It's a much smaller scale thing, but they'll be like, "Fucking hell, all right,"
Yeah.
Whereas Oasis, it is on a scale of like.
It feels historic.
It does feel.
It does.
historic.
It does.
And
It's
everything that's happened, and
Just seeing those pictures of them getting out of the car.
I know.
Those individual photos, and I'm not going to it, and I'm like, this is so cool.
it is amazing.
Do you know what we did when Blink-182 did their reunion? Do you think about what song do you think they're going to open with?
Well, they'll come on to fucking In the Bushes probably because they always do. That's the sort of like the walk-on music.
That's the walk-on music. What's that?
What is that?
Sounds like a Blink
It's
song.
sort of like
Fucking in the bushes.
It's an
I've been
instrumental and it's
fucking
got the
in the
samples
bushes.
with people being interviewed at the
been
Isle of
fucking in
Wight
the
Festival.
bushes.
Kids running around naked, fucking in the bushes.
Oh, okay, but that
it.
won't be that opening. What song will they play?
Yeah. What were that?
What's that?
Probably maybe Rock and Roll Star or... I would... Yeah.
This is what we were doing. So
Yeah.
we were talking, when Blink were together, we were going like, what's the set list going to be? So exciting. Have you thought
See,
about
I mean, you
that?
would make an argument for Acquiesce, which is the one which has the chorus, because we need each other.
Yeah, see, I know.
But
bands don't think like that.
They don't
we
think
do.
like that. And
Yeah.
also, I'm not sure. I know that they have, well, from what I believe, I mean, I'm not, but like they've met, he's been round to Noel has been round to Liam's house for Sunday lunch, according to Liam's Twitter. You never know how much of that is a wind-up. But
Yeah.
I don't know how much of
Yeah.
bridges have been built and how kind of, whether they're going to just... But
It'll be special.
I was speaking to someone the other day and they were like,
special.
this is going to be the best they ever do it. There's no album. Usually when you go and see Oasis, they're on tour because they've got an album
Yeah.
out. So you will see 5 or 6 songs from that you don't know that well. This is going to be purely a greatest hits set.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
This is
You end on Wonderwall, right? You close on Wonderwall.
probably Champagne
Wonderwall.
Supernova, I would think they'll close on.
Really?
This. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I would imagine. I've got no
Yeah.
idea, but I would think that would be what they'll close on, yeah. Fireworks, fucking...
Wow.
I do kind of want to go now, actually. I just picked
It's going to be, and there's been moments like early on where I was like, oh, what's it going to be like? And then you go like, it's going to be fucking unbelievable.
It will be cool.
You have to... Oh, you don't have to do anything like this, but going into something like that, do you reckon they... I think Liam definitely would, but you have to acknowledge to yourself the kind of importance of what it is you're doing. Acknowledge that this means a lot to people, and it's
It means a
up to
lot
us.
to people at a time where things have been so shit. Do you know what I mean? And I know I sort of said it half jokingly, half real, but when they announced they were reuniting, that was the best thing that had happened in this country for a long time. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
This is just a good thing that is happening for loads of people. And
It really annoyed me. Do you remember I said to you it annoyed me that there were people that would say, "I'm not going to those Oasis concerts." The kind of people that like Oasis, I don't want to see
there'll be
that.
some absolute knobheads there.
But not,
And there's no getting around that. There will be some absolute knobheads there.
knobheads deserve to be happy as well.
Of course, yeah. I mean, there's absolute knobheads at but you
Yes.
will get people. Obviously, I would have been one of those that got up and started drinking on the train on the way there, and
Do you know where you don't get knobheads? Blink-182 gigs?
I would argue
Mikey.
that is exclusively.
There's no knobheads.
You've left yourself wide open there, mate.
Oh, what? Because I'm a knobhead.
Oh,
No,
well, because I'm a knobhead.
no, you know, it's definitely, you know, there'll be. I hope there isn't, but there has been piss being thrown around.
I think there'll be some
You
wee.
know, all of
There
that
will- I think there'll be some urine.
scraps and sort of, you know, it's not
I think there'll be a bit.
Coldplay. This ain't. You know, but like that's who it is. It's a band, you know, of the people for the people or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. But that said, I am very excited about tonight and tomorrow.
I hope.
I have just been to pick something up.
Can I
Go on,
just say
please.
sorry? Can I just
Yeah.
say that I think what Oasis should really do is open and just do covers of the Killers. I think. I think
Well,
just
I wonder if there will be
keep
any
people up
covers.
on their toes.
So let's have a look at the covers that, you know, they used to do. I Am the Walrus was the first big cover that they did.
Oh yeah.
Hey Hey My, the Neil Young cover, that was really good. They did that for a while. They did that at Wembley in 2001. My Generation, The Who. So there are...
Weird to cover a band that's still together. Feels slightly strange. Is that wrong? I ignore that. I'm rescinding
That
that.
does happen a lot, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, just scrap. I didn't say it.
Okay.
Covers that are better than the original. What do you
Music.
Yeah.
Oh,
What other covers are
sorry,
there?
I was thinking of remakes. Sorry, I was thinking of remakes of films. Which are more... Oh, go on, you would know. So you,
Well,
you
for
should.
me, Walk On By the Stranglers. I love their version of that. That's very good.
I definitely have. There was a time where my answer would have been Alien Ant Farm, Smooth Criminal.
Oh, that is a fucking banger.
See, so just when I think I'm having a normal conversation about music, I open it out to you two, and something like that happens. And you're like,
on, what?
Have you heard?
All right, yeah. Have I heard it? Yeah, it was fucking massive,
So
wasn't it?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where you two would fit in, and I'm going to get onto this later because I've started watching a bit of stuff on YouTube. Like,
Ooh.
just because, like,
Welcome.
I know, it is,
TV's.
TV's dead.
It's so dead.
So it was my daughter's birthday, so we had a party for her last week, and then we had
Happy
like a
birthday.
family barbecue on Monday, and her cousins were just watching on YouTube this guy that finds things in rivers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know who he is?
Yeah, no.
Right.
But it's just
I
very
know
YouTube.
things of that. Yeah, that's
So
very
he's like, I've just found 2 Apple Watches, and I'm like, you can't have found 2 Apple Watches in there.
Yeah, he's in.
They've
They've
put-
got him.
They've
I
put
know,
those.
they've got
Well,
him.
no, but then
He started leaving comments. He started getting into
you haven't
argument.
found those, you virgin.
Jack 27.
Yeah. You prick. I tell you what, you ain't gonna find some self-respect down there, you prick.
Oh, you're going to get so hooked on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube Premium. You thought about it yet?
Not yet, no. I
You
mean,
will.
I'm early days, but like
Yeah.
the last 2 nights, football season's coming to a close, and that is usually like the 8 till 10. Certainly, recently, it's just I'll have a game of football on, and I'll kind of how you watch football now, half watching it sort of thing. But that stopped, and then I was looking for something specifically, and then obviously it's got a. Is it a For You page or like some sort of algorithm
Yeah,
thing?
they
And then it's like,
recommend
I might
For
have a look
those
at
of
that.
you
And then
that
obviously,
liked-
I'm now just watching. I watched a documentary about homeless people living in the tunnels in Las Vegas last night.
I'm so looking forward to next week. Paul telling me that 9/11 didn't really happen. I can't wait. I cannot. Zoom in, and they circle it. So-
But if you look on the clock, one of the clocks says, no. No, it's not.
So
I'm
good.
not. I don't think I'm going to become a conspiracy theorist, but it is just sort of like. And also, what I will say is, I'm not like bloody hell, guys. I don't know why you watch the telly anymore. YouTube's amazing. It's not amazing. Structurally, you go. There are people that have learned how to make TV and stuff like this. So,
Yeah.
a lot of the time there is an element of like, this is just a guy that's got a camera that's decided to do a thing. And as good as that is,
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's no sort of narrative, or it's just like, you know, ends. So I heard there were homeless people in the tunnels in Las Vegas, so I thought I'd come and make a show about it. If you're not subscribing already, it was like, you can't end like, but it was mad. Like this network of tunnels under, you know, having been to Las Vegas quite a few times, you're like, bloody hell, no idea. It's like sort of like secret world that goes on underneath.
What happens underneath there? It can't be they just don't have homes.
You know, but like bad stuff. And also then there's this one guy that was a chef at the Wynn Hotel where I've stayed, and he just checked out of life, and he's like, oh, I'm under here, and he sort of finds stuff. I know there's a link, but he's sort of like, he's learnt how to get the gold. There's gold in computers, right? Yes. So he has learnt how to do this, so he basically just spends his time, and then he's got this whole area of this tunnel where he's got his kind of stuff that he's found, like a bag full of Jordans. He's like, oh, this is, you know, people in Vegas that have just thrown stuff away.
I bet there is a lot, actually.
Yeah, well, there is a lot. I've seen it on YouTube, mate.
Actually, speaking of gold, I've got a conspiracy theory that I've got off of YouTube.
Okay.
When did you get this?
About 2 years ago.
It's a 2-year-old conspiracy theory.
And I still think it's got something to it.
Go on then.
Okay, so the whole reason for our existence is to collect gold for other planetary species.
Mikey, don't ever derail what I'm talking about unless it is something based in this realm.
No.
The point of life,
yes, is to collect gold.
To collect gold for aliens.
Now hear me out. Now hear me out.
We just heard you out. It was bad.
It's turned into Dave Chappelle. Now hear me out.
We did just hear you. It was really bad.
Do you know what? That's just gonna sound bad. Do you know what a Dyson sphere is?
A Hoover?
No.
Mikey, do I look like I know what a Dyson sphere is?
I don't know, you're on YouTube now.
It just sounds like
you
a
might.
new Hoover.
I'm not on YouTube now. I've had a couple of days of watching YouTube.
Is it one of the Hoovers that you have to charge and you can clip it onto the wall? The new Dyson
that. It's a good guess. It's a fair guess.
Yeah.
It's a big structure that you build around your sun in order to capture its energy.
Right, let's not bring the sun and the moon up again, Mikey, after last week.
Sorry. A machine that you build, a structure that you build around the sun.
Correct. Yeah.
The sun.
Yeah.
Who builds them? It's like Fraggle Rock.
Gary,
no one's actually built one yet.
Frank, some Polish.
Some Polish.
What are you?
You build it around. Okay, to harness energy. When we run out of energy, we're going to go.
When are we running out of energy?
I'm sorry. We're going to
I think we're going to run out of. If we run out of energy, we're going to run out of energy before we have the ability to build a structure around the sun.
Yeah, but
if you ever went into politics,
yeah.
This is how it would go for you. You'd come out with something to say, and then you'd field a few questions from the audience, and the speech would end every single time of you going, yeah, sorry, that was a stupid idea.
No. I could back this one
No,
up.
you can't back it up.
I can.
Back it up, back it in. Let him begin.
I haven't even backed up yet.
I want you to... Luke, pass us that poll.
Yeah.
What
okay.
you to... There you go, watch
bloody
it.
hell, bloody hell, you look brown. Yeah, I've been working at the sun, haven't I? I've been working at the sun for the last few weeks.
Has anyone got any of that factor 5,000? What do you mean?
There is a couple of hurdles, but say we can
couple?
Yeah, fine. There's a
just
lot of
one
hurdles.
giant hot hurdle.
You probably never thought we'd have a device in our pocket that could tell the time.
If someone had said, right, which of these two things do you think are most likely? A device in your pocket that you can watch YouTube on, or building on the sun? I go, probably the device in the pocket, mate.
Yeah, but given enough time, it's going to happen. So what happens is you've got to build this Dyson sphere.
What are you talking about?
Just give me if this was, there'll be people that support this.
There'll be people like, fuck it, don't look down the camera then. You're not starting a cult. Fuck off, Mikey. Don't look down the camera. Join us.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Russia 467 agrees with
now.
me. Russia 467 says it's a good point.
I'd love to
is.
see his YouTube suggestions, like what they think he'd be into.
It's very
There's
embarrassing.
YouTube HQ going, we've got one. We've got one.
They have got
Quickly,
me.
show him that video about how people can build on the sun.
Wait.
Oh my God! You're not going to believe it. Sunny again.
Here he is.
Oh, sunny
Quickly.
every day. It's sunny.
Yeah.
Hold on, what about that one about that theory where we're here just to collect gold for aliens? Have we got that one loaded up still? Whack it on there.
Good God.
Where does he
good
live?
theory.
Oxford, like they all fucking do.
Have you seen There Will Be Blood? Yeah, great film. What it's about? Daniel Day-Lewis collecting gold for the aliens.
They could do an ET, There Will Be Blood mashup. There will be ET.
I mean,
Oh
wait.
my God.
Just let. I think you're going to convert.
Yeah, do you?
I tell you
Yeah,
what.
yeah.
Have you ever managed to convert me to anything?
Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
I think
that's the same.
Taylor, yeah, that's the
exact same.
Yeah. A fair point, mate. Yeah, go on, please carry on. Carry on about your sun building project.
The element that you need in order to capture the sun's energy is gold. That's what you need to build one of these things, because it's the only thing that.
What are they building? A casino?
No, it's to harness the Dyson sphere.
Right.
To harness the energy sun so that we can power our civilization indefinitely. Now, if you were an alien species and you needed gold, what would you do? Go and try and harvest
Cash
gold?
converters.
Mikey, are you still doing ketamine?
I'm not.
You get gold. Can you get gold from cash converters?
You need a lot of gold. What would you do? Would you go around all
Cash
the planets?
converters don't have enough.
Nowhere near enough.
Okay.
Would you go around all the planets trying to harvest the gold, or would you go to a civilization very early and imprint in their minds that a desire to have gold? Why do we have gold? Why do we like gold? It's like we all love gold. But there's no reason.
We all love gold.
Yeah, but why?
We all love gold. Don't you love gold?
It's
Do you
because
love
aliens,
gold? We all love gold.
aliens have put it in
I
our
have
heads
no
to
interest
like
in gold.
gold.
I have no interest in gold.
Humans have an interest in gold. Like, why are we collecting gold?
Why
What's
are
that
we?
for?
Why are we collecting money? Money doesn't. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
but money has a purpose. Before there was money, we just liked
I don't
gold.
reckon if like Men in Black became a thing, I don't reckon you'd pass an "Are you an alien?" test.
I'm not an alien.
That was so unconvincing, wasn't it?
You think I'm an alien?
Well, you seem to know a lot about it, more than anyone else
Hang on.
I've met.
Oh, well, hang on. Are you saying this because you want us to collect gold for you?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
You seem to be doing a bit of a sales pitch.
I see what's happening here.
No. But this is what
We're still
possibly
on
has
this.
happened. So now we're all collecting
on
all the
this.
elements from the Earth, putting them in big piles for them. Then the
Big
aliens.
piles. Oh, there's another big pile of gold again. Everyone, look out the left side of the window. Look, big pile of gold for the aliens.
Do we make gold or we find it?
Find gold.
Find it. But they come down, they go, oh, we're
Hang
gonna
on.
have to-
What's
Oh,
that?
here we go.
He's not got you, has he? Whoa.
No,
What's
hold on,
up
no,
with
no. Sorry, no. I was just like, so there can only be a finite amount of it then.
Yes.
Yeah.
we
And mining
got it
it
all?
is annoying.
Have
haven't
we-
got it
no.
all.
Is new gold being made every day?
Found.
Found every
Found
day.
every day. But is it being made by the Earth every day?
No.
Oh no, it's no. It's not like
resource.
oxygen.
It's a
No.
finite resource.
It's like oil.
Yes.
It's-
Sorry,
it's-
I did know that.
Yes.
Okay.
Edit
Yeah.
that out, Mikey. That makes me sound dumb.
So basically, they would have implanted this into all of the.
Why didn't they just get it? Why are they making us get it?
Because it's energy, isn't it? They have to use energy to get it. All they have to do is instill that in our brains and then give it like 5,000 years, nothing to them.
I went to
possibly.
watch Lilo and Stitch yesterday at the cinema, and this
Okay.
is a similar sort of aliens coming down.
to harvest gold.
Not to harvest gold, no.
Have you just
thing.
done ketamine and watched Lilo and Stitch?
No,
And you've got the two realities and
I've been on YouTube and I've.
Yes,
I've,
you have,
I've
Mikey.
discovered.
the University of YouTube? You are a graduate of the University of YouTube.
You just wait. There'll be aliens coming down to collect all of our gold, and I'll be
So you
sitting
don't
there
watch
laughing.
TV? You just watch YouTube?
Yeah, I do. I sometimes watch Netflix.
what do you mean they come down and get what they? Oh, we've got it. We're finished. We finished. The aliens come down. Cheers. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
See you later. They're off.
We've got all your gold. You harvested it for us. Thank you very much.
And what do we do then? It's like a bug's life.
They don't
We're
care
like the
about us.
ants collecting.
They watch.
It's what we're doing. Yeah,
We're ants collecting
collecting
the gold for the
elements.
grasshoppers.
Exactly.
Like in Bug's Life.
Yeah, and we don't even know.
Yes. But you don't know that for a fact?
Absolutely not.
No.
No.
Who's told you this?
YouTube.
Just YouTube. Yeah,
Yeah, but who was the person?
can't remember. Various YouTube.
Was it
videos.
4 a.m?
Possibly, yeah.
Had you had something in your mouth that looks quite like a cigarette?
Quite possibly, yes.
Thank you.
But thank you for that.
I don't know where I
My
am.
brain is fucking fried. But it's just interesting, isn't it? That like
It is interesting.
YouTube's like massive.
Yeah.
But it's also sort of
Okay,
like 'cause I
boomer.
well, no, I know, yeah, no. I mean, obviously, I'm aware of like YouTube and the scale of it, but no,
Yes.
what I mean is just sort of like they won't watch TV at all.
Why would you? Have you put it on?
They will literally watch YouTube and films. That's it. That's the only two things they'll watch. They'll
Yes.
watch, films. And so you go like, in 10 years' time. But where does that leave scripted stuff?
I think
for the streamers.
scripted is safe.
Right.
Well, it's just an opinion. I think scripted it's safe. It's more the smaller, kind of lower budget things that there's not.
Well, you're having to watch and like, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. You go, well, why'd you watch someone that can do that?
Precisely, exactly that.
But there is scripted
And that's the
stuff
difference.
on
And that's
YouTube.
we've both got friends that will have similar platforms to this, but they will say things that, and they're nice people, but they will use words that we wouldn't use on. He would. Mikey would, but we wouldn't use on here.
Yeah.
Because we come from that television. We've just naturally got it in our system that you don't say that, and and it's just embedded in us, rightly or wrongly. And they say these things
Rightly,
but,
I think.
Rightly, yeah, fine.
Yeah.
But no, but some people will go, well, no, people use them in day to day, and then you get onto television and suddenly you don't use them. Well, but that's not how people talk. Television
What word
isn't
specifically are you talking about?
R word.
Yeah.
R word.
Joking. Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, but like, sorry,
word.
but like,
Yeah.
but like, so what? There's two realities. There's the television reality where the television is going, we're like this, and the internet is going, we're not like that. We're like this. This is the truth. That's a lie. That's show business showing that we're like that. You're not. You're like this, and it's guys on podcasts dropping this word and that word and saying this and saying that, and young people identifying with it because that's how people talk at the pub.
Yes, No, you. That's a yes. You making a good and sort of correct point there. It's not quite what, because obviously they're not looking for that. They're 11 and 8 respectively. But they're watching stuff. You go like, this has got like 30 million views. This is like someone, I don't fucking even know what it is, but you're like, what's this? And they go, oh, this is this guy that does whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
totally.
So it's a
What's Mr. Beast?
Right.
Mr. Beast, what is
Mr. Beast?
Right, there you right. See, I was saying that a couple of months ago.
Right.
So I'm with you.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast is the largest YouTuber on the planet. He gives out prizes of $1 million to a follower, to a member of the public, if they can what, Mikey? I'm gonna have to let Mikey take
he does
over 'cause I don't
loads
know
of
what.
stuff, but he just does little YouTube videos like, oh, can I drive a Lamborghini into a thingy? Let's do.
No, don't say thingy. Into what?
I don't actually know. I just made an example. Like little challenges. He'll do little challenges.
Can I just say, sorry, while I'm thinking about this? So I went to collect the parcel. I was going to say this before from like the local shop. I've stopped going to the post office that I talked about.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
Just
She was
because.
just too rude. I'm like,
It
do you
just-
know what? Actually, it stopped being funny, and I think you get like £1.50 for every parcel that's delivered to the thing. I was like, I actually don't want you to get the money for this thing
Good for you.
because you're literally unbelievably rude.
Good for you.
This is stop being funny, and it's like, I don't want to give you business. So I voted with my feet, and I've gone to One Stop. Shout out One Stop.
Is that the kind of sweet shop?
Which is just like a local convenience.
Yeah.
It's the same as,
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same as the
Spa.
other one, but the other one is, I mean, on top of everything else, the shop is shit. They have a fridge with like DVDs, booze on the bottom shelf, sweets, couple of cabbages, a cardigan, some tights. It's just absolutely no rhyme or reason to where anything is. And then just a row of porn mags. That's like
Wow, old school.
old school, yeah.
Shops, that's a good one. Shops that don't properly unpack.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
Yes.
Like you go to get an ice cream and the newspapers are
the
still
final
on.
straw was I came in and she was like stocking up some thing. I mean, it must have been the first stocking up she'd done for ages. And she watched me come in and just finish what she was doing. There was
Unacceptable.
no like, I'll be with you in a second.
Unacceptable.
Nothing. And I was like, do you know what? This will be I will not darken your doors again. This is the last goddamn time I'll ever come in this shop. Anyway,
I walked out of a cafe because of that the other
Yeah.
day. Acknowledge me.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm a customer.
What are you laughing at?
Just acknowledge me.
I know.
It's true though.
Just say I'll be a minute and I will wait.
There's other shops. You know what I mean? It's only £1.50, but I was getting about 3 parcels a week. You go, that's still business, isn't it? Fucking hell. And I'll tell you what, she wants to watch out because I'm getting a big parcel delivered in a couple of weeks.
Gold.
No. Yeah, no, I've already shipped that off to the planet. Anyway, so one stop is the shop, which was my school shop. It was the shop that people used to go and get fags from.
I
and
know
sweets.
the shop, yeah.
Yeah, like at the bottom of the drive from my school. So it's actually quite nice going in there. It's like, bloody, I've been coming in this shop for fucking, nearly 40 years. And a woman just pulled up. There's 3 parking spaces outside. And sort of must have just started looking at her phone as she was pulling in. And just drove into the bollard. But like, there was bumps all over her car. I'm not even entirely sure that was the first time that happened today. She didn't even look. She just got out like, oh yeah, bumped the car again. She walked in the shop. Carried on her phone. Boom. Oh, fucking hell.
Looking at the phone.
Yeah. Just pulled in. Just out.
It's bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's bad. Look, I did think to myself the other day, people looking at their phones, there was a period, and you would have been driving, where that wasn't illegal.
Yeah, I know.
That blows my mind. That wasn't illegal.
Well, how do they get round this, though? You know, like, the genie's out of the bottle. I mean, it is...
Genie's out of the bottle.
But it is sort of like, they need to... I know it's highly illegal, and like, but it needs to be like an instant ban almost or something. Like,
Yeah.
It's getting... I mean, the red light at a traffic light might as well say phone break.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I know.
You know what I mean?
Funny.
You just look at...
That is funny. You should write that down.
You should just look at a queue.
Yeah.
And then I just go... I now... Paul, it's one. Paul, do you ever now stop at yellows? I'm starting...
To go on your phone.
100%. That's so funny.
Stopping at
Slowing down. No, bloody hell.
I'm playing a game with...
Yeah. People don't try and beat them anymore. They like try and...
Yeah. That's fucking hell. Oh, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Have you ever crashed your car?
Yeah, on the way to download. Went into the back of a lorry, didn't I?
Did
The
you
lorry
tell
just
us?
carried
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Fucking...
You told us this?
Yeah.
What happened?
The bumper, the whole thing up to go get it.
Whilst driving, or parking?
So it was stop-start traffic.
Yeah.
And then it was just sort of slow. But I mean, it was fast enough for me. I was probably going like 15 miles an hour, but I was like, fucking hell. So I sort of like pulled over expecting like an angry lorry driver. He just carried on. Practically wrote the front of my car off and he didn't even feel it. I probably shouldn't have said that one. He's probably had, I wondered who'd done that.
Yeah, there he is.
Mate, I had someone swerve into me the other day and they had the...
Oh, what do you mean?
So, like, I was driving, overtaking a van, and he sort of came out, and he looked like as if to say, like,
Man,
I
I can't believe it.
Saying you fucking whack, you know, like giving him shit, and then you could see the business on the thing. So, and I was like, oh, just let go. Old me would have then gone, right, I'm going to start a campaign of hate against this guy, putting ads in.
Campaign of hate.
Yeah. You know, like ads in. Someone
Yeah.
didn't pay a friend of mine, and every day, he was a graphic designer, and every day he kept putting these big rat stickers on the window of his business that were really hard to get off. And like putting adverts in phone boxes for like prostitutes and sort of, you know, so the business number.
You're saying that
just constantly getting phone calls.
Do you say that old you would have done that?
Yeah.
we get the old Paul back.
Well, I was like, well, I've got your bit. I know who you are.
What was it? Well, I don't, because I know what you're. I've seen that now. I've been witness to it, and I've been witness to cars like looking at you, swearing at me,
yeah.
And it kind of freaks me out. I'm like, we could just die now. We could just die right now. And we're over. I spin round, dead.
Yeah, I've had it probably 3 or 4 times where someone has gone like,
yeah. Like into your car.
Not actually hit the car, but like swerved as if to say, "Oh,
exactly." Yeah. What's going on? Are people not realising that could have just been, that could be death right there? They spin in, it does hit your car, it's over.
Yeah, maybe I should.
They
just
killed you.
Maybe I should have just reported him to the police. Actually. I never sort of think about that as an option. Do you know what I mean? Like you go, well, yeah, you sort of go, well, actually, yeah. What you've done there is like.
Crazy.
Yeah, I would never do that.
No. It's mad.
Like that, I don't have that in me to like. That's
psychopathic.
Yeah.
It could kill you.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, you say that about the police, but with everything that's happening, and they're all, and I don't really know what I'm talking about here, but defunded. Comes back to the ticketing thing.
I got a great documentary for you on YouTube, actually, about this exact thing. Funny, I'll tell you what, I'll hit you up later, Sean. Finally, someone's speaking my language. We've got to defund.
What is defund the police?
Well, exactly what it says, isn't it?
What do you mean, like
defund?
Stop
funding them.
Yeah.
Defund.
Do you know what? I just never given it any thought, because that kind of stuff's in the background of my mind. Of course, when you think about it literally. Sorry, people want to.
I think it's more of an American thing, isn't it?
There's
more police hate. Like, I know what I will say. I think it's just come with age. I didn't like the police when I was in my teens and 20s.
You're not meant to.
No, I suppose. Yeah, exactly. And now I'm like,
fund the police.
Yeah, I love the police.
We need the police. Yeah. I've gone from fuck the police to thank you the police. I've gone from fuck the police to thank the police.
Thank the police.
Coming straight. That's what.
Thank the police. Just absolutely right. The middle-aged version.
Yeah.
How do the lyrics go? You'll know.
Oh, how does it go? Fuck the police. I don't know.
Thank the police.
I think to go back to your point of 2 guys on a podcast saying words they can't say, there's quite a lot of that in there, I think. I mean, the name of the band alone is not...
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good point. You're right. Thank the police.
Yeah. That's it. I'm in my thank the police era. But yeah. So like,
I see the police and I think, oh, good. There's the police. I feel a bit safer now.
Yeah, you don't see them enough anymore, do you?
Not at all.
You used to see them all the time when I was growing up. If you were driving around,
that's because they were chasing you.
If you were driving around, like beyond 3 a.m, you would get pulled over and asked where you were going.
That is true. I never get pulled over.
That does
anymore.
not happen anymore.
What Paul's failed to keep in that piece of information there is he had a spliff at the side of his mouth whilst driving the car.
No.
Yeah, there's no all the community support officers. What did I see the other day? And I thought, what? It wasn't even community support officer. It just said law enforcer.
Yes.
What the hell?
And pastors, who are just going around checking everyone's okay on Friday and Saturday night.
I love those guys.
Yeah, I know.
They give you a lollipop when you're pissed. They do.
I don't know. The community support officer, because, I think obviously there's that sort of cliched thing of like, oh, police, fucking bullied at school, were you, mate? It's like... about police.
Yeah.
And you go like, I don't think that's true. Well, for a start, like, my sister and brother-in-law are both in the police, and they are, in it for good reason.
I didn't know your sister was in the police.
Sister-in-law.
Ah, right, okay.
My wife's sister, yeah. So, they do like fucking amazing stuff.
And the stuff that they have to see, and the stuff. I know a policeman who sits in front of me at QPR.
You met him, I thought it was... No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I was going to crack an awful joke, and I'm glad I stopped. Carry on.
Well, do we have to hear it? Save it for the end credits. End credits, we'll hear it. But their job is made difficult. Their job is made. It's virtually impossible.
Yeah.
You've got to give the police the power to like go. He looks dodgy.
Yeah.
Well, it's another thing, isn't it? And as well, and I know a lot of people that still hate the police, and it like.
Criminals. Basically.
But do you know what I mean? But like, you know, even beyond that, like, you know, sort of football lads or whatever, and then it just, you get to a certain age, you go like, oh, mate, it looks a little bit, like, sad now.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking here they are, look. Fucking oink, oink, oink. You know, like, it's sort of like...
so right.
You know, or whatever, just kind of...
And they're just...
Mate, they're
You're
like...
so right. It's like hating the security guard of a shopping centre.
Yes.
You know, like when we were kids, we'd get chased.
I do actually hate. they can go fuck themselves. I will say that. I draw the line at fucking shopping centre security guards. Who the fuck do they think they are?
I'll tell you what, though.
Yeah.
I tell you, who I feel most sorry for of all of these people, all of these services. Mikey, collecting the gold. Security guards of shops. Just your Tesco Express, your Sainsbury's local.
Yeah.
The guys.
You see them having quite a lot of fights on sort of like Instagram and stuff, don't you?
Like they've got to stop someone who's stealing from a shop, right? And then they've got to go stop. And then that bloke could do anything to that security guard. And he's just there trying to earn his whatever it is. I don't know what the wage is.
I know.
And they're kind of like, I think their lives are kind of being put on the line to stop a guy from taking a bottle of vodka from a shop.
Well, I mean...
Like, it's not... It's risk versus reward.
I don't want to make this about me, but I'm going to.
Please do.
So when I used to run the bar in Islington, in Caledonian Road, and it was rough, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I sort of... had kept saying to the manager, because they had security. Have I said this before?
No,
they had security on Thursday, Friday and Saturday. And it was open every day. And some nights I'm like, mate, we need security on during the week because there are people coming in. You know, there was people that were barred and I'm having to go, oh, you can't come in. And they're like, well, fucking... And I'm like, okay.
Come in.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I kept saying, you need security. And they're like, it's fine. The week I left... The guy that took over from me got held at knife point and they emptied the safe.
Holy shit.
Yeah. The week I left.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's terrifying. I saw a bunch of teenagers at Tesco's Express telling the security guard they were going to wait for him at the end of for when the shop closed.
Yeah.
And you go like, all he's done, guys, is try and stop you, ask you to put the crisps back.
Yeah.
Like... Can we not beat the shit out of the guy at the end of the shift?
No glory either, is there? They never feature in reviews, do they?
No.
Which brings us quite neatly onto the reviews for today.
Yeah.
Right, so what's upset you now? 1-star reviews. We look at the internet to find our favourite 1-star reviews of the week. Paul, looks like Paul's got one that he likes.
Yeah. I just started thinking about like, so I'm quite lucky. My mate cuts my hair, so I'm just, I've not been in the realms of sort of like having to look for.
Yes.
And it's precarious, isn't it? Like if you
Risky.
don't have a usual. Do you go to the same place every time, or do you?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, but it changes every like 4 months. But yeah.
Well,
risky business.
Jess Foster had a bloody nightmare. Shall I say
awful if you're a woman?
It's a chain.
It's a chain.
Yeah, Supercuts. I have used
Okay.
one.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, long time ago. Appalling.
I mean, they could have used a pun there for the headline, couldn't they?
Rachel completely ruined my hair and had zero remorse.
Named and shamed.
Cut most of my hair off and made it very thin, cutting chunks out and left me with an overall bizarre cut with some sort of shelf. But worst of all, the customer service was absolutely horrendous.
What's a customer service at a hairdresser?
And I told Rachel,
what is that?
I was gutted over how she had ruined my hair. She started shouting at me really loudly in front of everyone.
Oh my God.
I had my little baby with me.
What?
No one shouts in front of her.
No.
Actually, in disbelief. Anyone would treat a customer like this. I have never been treated worse. I mean, that's bad, isn't it? You've never been treated worse.
Poor Jess.
Zero customer service, disgusting attitude. Shouting at customers, ? Extremely bad haircut, along with a very unpleasant experience. I was treated like trash. Never, ever met anyone with more of a vulgar attitude. I advise everyone to avoid. Worst cut of my life. She has cut chunks out. Incredibly mad cut. I think we get it. To another hairdresser's, had to go to another hairdresser's to pay again to have it corrected. They said it's an extremely bad job and the hairdresser has butchered me and,
Poor
and
Jess.
left me with a shelf. Well, I don't know why she keeps saying a shelf. What the fuck is a shelf? So I had
that
to
some
have,
sort of haircut,
I had to
do
have
you
all my
think?
hair cut off to a bob days before my 2-week holiday, my partner's 40th birthday, and my little girl's first birthday party. And, of course, was left with it all over the Christmas period like this. I contacted customer service. They said they don't take the complaint further because Rachel told them a load of blatant lies, which is very concerning. I could tell by the kind of person that Rachel is, she would lie. What happened to the customer is always right. They also said I'm being very dramatic about it, which is beyond unprofessional. It's not about the money. It's no one acknowledging because horrible this. It's no one acknowledging cause horrible this was for me. They just don't care.
As that review went on, I'm beginning to side with Rachel.
I don't know. Supercuts, hang your heads in shame. That is. She's never been. It's the worst she's ever been treated.
What's the shelf? Is that a hairstyle?
Can you have a look?
The
Mikey?
shelf.
The shelf. And also, what is customer service in a hairdresser's? You're not being
Well,
given
if you
anything.
go in with a shelf and say, look, I've been butchered, she's cut chunks out of this, you would expect some... She had zero remorse, Sean.
Rachel.
Rachel had zero...
Oh, it's like a flat rectangular shape.
That you put
developed on
books
the
on.
side.
That is an actual shelf, Mikey.
No. Just look.
It's I found it. It's a bit of wood that you hammer into the wall, and you can put like books on it, plants.
No. The shelf is a
Cheers,
term
Mikey.
used in curly hairstyling to describe a flat rectangular shape that can develop on the sides of the head when the hair is cut square or with a flat top.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I hope it's all right now, and I hope those events that you had were not too stressful as a result of the shelf.
Have you had one of those haircuts where at the end of it you think, what have you done?
Yes.
But didn't say anything, which is the thing to do.
Can't
I
have
cut
said
my
anything.
own hair when I've told you
Yes.
this, when I was 13 to buy fags, and then my mum went to take me back down to the hairdressers.
That's
And
fantastic.
I had to fess up en route that I had actually done it myself, and that was, it was quite clear. People cutting other people's hairs to keep the money was a thing, wasn't it, when you were younger?
I don't know about that.
I never did that. Yeah.
No,
It wasn't
I
a thing
think
for me.
that's. I think it wasn't a thing. I think it was a Paul thing.
Okay, fine. Right, guys, we've all pocketed the money to buy 20 fags, haven't we? Guys, who's with me?
I went to Bill's yesterday.
Right. Did you?
The restaurant started off in Lewes, town outside Brighton, so close to me. Went to Bill's. I enjoyed it. Very nice.
I like Bills.
But you got crayons and a little, menu for for Wilder to colour in.
Yeah.
Very, very happy. Nice customer service. I really enjoyed it.
What did you have? Was the sort of like meal, like macaroni cheese?
I really needed some
Crudité.
green. I needed some green, man. I was there for the green.
Isn't this
Avocado.
interesting? I've been thinking this recently. Like when you're younger, I know there's been a lot of talk about when you were young you hate the police, now you like them. But like when you were younger, like eating takeaway for breakfast, lunch, and dinner was like the dream.
Yeah.
And now you go like, I just want home cooked food.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
We're living
home
the
cooked
dream,
food.
and it's a nightmare.
Yeah, it is a nightmare.
So I do that.
It's disgusting.
It's horrible.
what I do.
Yeah.
It's horrible. I haven't had a McDonald's, but I had to have a KFC on Sunday. I drove to Norwich.
hell.
I had a Taco
Oh
Bell.
my God.
I had a
It's like
Taco.
we've been with Bear Grylls. He's not at a
I
McDonald's,
had a
but
Taco Bell on the way up and a KFC on the way
fucking
back.
just
hell.
beaming health. Paul Mccaffrey. Oh, not at a McDonald's, obviously.
But like, KFC does at least feel like it's just chicken.
It's salty as fuck. Though.
Oh
It
my
is
There's,
God.
very
there's something
salty.
real there. The chicken
Yeah.
was a chicken.
And the
With
chips
the
in there, to be fair,
McDonald's
feel
burger.
like they're potatoes.
Yeah.
But I think McDonald's chips are potatoes, aren't they?
Well, they're all
They
potatoes,
claim
I
that.
think.
Yeah.
But they all go, no, it's not. Oh, I had a McDonald's. I've got a YouTube documentary I can show you about it, but that is, isn't it? They're not made out of potato. They make them out of the same thing they make the milkshakes out of. Bullshit.
Yeah, it is bullshit.
Absolute bullshit.
It's not like
it's potato.
Potato is not holding McDonald's
I'll tell
back.
you why.
How can we cut down on the potato?
I'll tell you how I know that's potato, because it's more hassle to make them out of something that isn't
Exactly.
potato.
Saying that,
Oh, here we go.
Oh, don't tell me they're collecting the potatoes to give to aliens, and that's why they want to use the.
no, there's a lot of it is flour actually. So they're coated in a flour.
Coated, fine.
Yeah.
No, but because they're so thin, it does end up making the fry actually like almost like 50% flour. So you're eating bread basically.
Bullshit.
That's not bullshit.
Yeah, I'm bullshit.
They're potatoes.
They're just obviously potatoes.
No, they're not potatoes,
They look
they're
like
bread.
they're cut from potatoes.
It's
They taste
McDonald's
like
fries.
How
potatoes.
much potato in a McDonald's fry?
You think the board, the CEOs are sitting around, the shareholders going,
We've got to stop using potatoes, guys.
Got to get them down. How can
Right.
we use less potatoes?
What does it say? Look at it say. That is.
Look at the net profit.
Well, you've just missed a classic. I've just Googled what I'm saying and realised that I'm full of shit.
No, let's just move on to the next review.
Come on, what does it say?
No, McDonald's French fries are not made from flour. They are primarily made from potatoes.
Potatoes. Of course,
Yeah.
of course they are.
Yeah, it does make sense actually in hindsight.
Yeah, it's potatoes. A chip made of potato.
Right, sorry, as you were. Sorry, go on. What
Right.
else?
Anyway, so I had eggs and green, and but I looked at the
Eggs and green.
avocado.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just eggs and avocado.
But I would say this to your point about, it's just takeaways a nightmare. Yes, at the same time, I'm eating green because I feel like I'm dying, not because I still don't want the green. That's the problem.
Avocado's nice, isn't it?
It's good stuff.
If
If
it's
because
done
there's
well-
an egg on it. Yeah.
I'd rather have a full English breakfast. I'll tell you
Exactly.
what, I had a full English
If
breakfast.
avocado's done well.
If it's presented well, if the toast is nice, if it's got
okay,
like chili flakes in it, maybe
oh,
a little bit of zhuzh, maybe some
Totally.
lemon juice.
How do I
Yeah.
say, smashed properly. I like to see the fork marks in it where they've smashed it.
Oh, that is lovely actually.
Thank you very much. Chili flakes. Did you say chili flakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, olive
Chili oil.
But the right consistency, yeah, that's it. Chili oil, just
exactly.
you know.
I was thinking of just sliced avocado, and I thought, how could you do
Okay.
that not well?
The most middle class complaint we will have ever had in these chats, in this pub.
Right.
And I'm putting it out there. See if you can ever beat this middle class complaint.
Yep.
When you get the bread in Gales and they ask you if you want it sliced and you say yes, they need to make those slices bigger. I'm saying it now. Those slices are too
We
thin.
haven't got-
Who is having slices of toast this thin? Thicker slices.
They do. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking
Do
about.
you ever get bread from Gales?
No, at Abigail's in Winchester.
Do you have a bakery?
Yes, I go to Reeves.
Do
At
they,
the
do they slice it for you?
They do, but the one they don't slice, at the weekend they do speciality sourdough. And they do chili and cheese sourdough, which they can't slice because of the cheese in
Yes.
there, so it compromises the integrity of the loaf. So I don't have to slice it. I've got to say, sometimes I'm like, that's too big a slice of bread.
There is no too big a slice
I mean,
of bread.
I'm talking like...
It's not big enough.
Yeah,
I'm talking, what's that,
Yeah.
8 inches? Hey,
You can't help yourself.
It's a cock joke. Yeah,
You can't get big enough. You are right to do that. That is absolutely right.
tell you what, though,
you
that
bite
was
into
stupid.
it and it crunches, and you need your teeth to get through it. And then once you get through it, you're just into
rips
this.
your bloody roof of your mouth open.
this
I tell you what.
cushion of soft.
Saturday morning, football focus, 2 slices of cheese and chili bread, toasted with butter, salted butter and Marmite, and a cup of tea.
Oh, that does actually.
That's
sound-
as happy as I think that's as happy as I get.
does
I'm
sound
always.
nice.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I'm so lazy I can't be asked to make a cheese sandwich. I just bite the bread and bite some cheese.
Do you reckon if you watched our recording day back, you could take a snippet out and go, right, what's about to happen here? I think we always start talking about food just before lunch. And we always start talking about
point.
sex just after lunch.
Yeah.
I think you could probably go...
Because there's
I
a
reckon-
chemistry.
I reckon that's about...
There's a chemistry during lunch. Paul gets changed.
Yes, so sorry, go on, let's hear what this person had to say about bills.
Yes, no. I do you know? Have you ever done that? By the way,
What's that? Gone into bills?
no. Been so lazy to. that instead of making a cheese sandwich, I just have a bite of the bread and then a bite of the cheese?
Yes, definitely.
Stood up in the kitchen.
When I was smoking weed,
Oh my God.
I would just
Oh my
open
God.
the fridge door and just stand there eating stuff.
That's the
I
best. That's the
love
best
that
meal.
feeling.
Yeah.
There is no meal that is not made better by
Just like
standing
ham.
eating in the fridge. Oh,
You go like, oh, do you know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna wrap a fucking chocolate biscuit.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
ham and
100%.
like stuff like that. God, this is why don't I eat this all the time?
Doritos and hobnobs is an excellent
Oh,
mix
man.
that you wouldn't think would mix. But
why don't they release this in shops? They should. Maybe I should start this. I once had toast.
Yep.
On the toast was curry. On the curry was chips. On the chips was cheese with a pint of milk.
Wow, that does sound good.
It was incredible.
milk?
Yeah, I was high. I was high, man.
All right,
I
fine.
was up there with Marley.
But you're just back and forward to the fridge. Like you go up, you sit down, you get back up and walk over to the fridge again, and then just go. Oh man, you can't eat enough, can you?
You can't eat enough, and also you can't find something that isn't delicious. Everything has become delicious. It's like ecstasy of the mouth. Just everything's good.
Yeah, it's nice,
right.
yeah.
Do you want to hear this review? It's only a quick one.
Yeah, go on then.
In bills.
Yep.
As I say, I enjoyed it. This customer, Sally, wasn't too happy. I won't read the subject. I'll just read the review. Ordered the fish pie. No fish in it. There you go.
Oh dear.
Well,
That's
now
funny.
we're off on to Patreon. Oh,
I've got a very quick. Review as well, which links back to Paul's original review.
Okay, lovely.
This is from Megan's hair salon,
Oh.
another barber-related one.
so you've dropped the sex toys.
We got a bit bored. We got a bit bored of sex
We've got
toys. I
come
thought,
on.
let's try.
Great,
Some,
we're in
let's do
Megan's.
some other stuff.
We're feeling sexy anyway. We're sexy enough.
So this is from. No. Sorry, it's not Megan's. It's Jane's salon or something. This is from Megan. I received an uneven and problematic haircut here. I'd say go to a place that will be sure to do an even job and seem to care more about their work. I'm disappointed and unhappy with this haircut. Then what's happened is, you know, when the owner responds to
lovely.
a negative
Yeah.
review.
Holy moly.
So Megan's got back in contact. Hi, no, sorry, Jane has got in contact. Hi, Megan. Like we talked about before 10 plus times.
oh my God.
I think what you failed to mention in this review is that you had cut your own hair before you came in. We did the best with what we had to work with to help you grow it out, although we weren't able to make you love your hair. We always take pride in our work, and we felt we did the best we could do with a given situation. So she's fucked up her own
That's
haircut
incredible.
and then complained because they couldn't fix it.
That's fantastic.
They know each other, right?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I think they discussed it at length.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have got an absolute belter here. Unfortunately, for the people that aren't patrons, that's the only place you're going to hear it. So I strongly advise that you sign up to Patreon now by
Yes.
going to patreon.com/WUYN.
Yes, head over there. And to the Unhappy Mondays who are already signed up, well, we'll see you in 3, 2, 1.